Hello and welcome. If you've ever wondered, why isn't my child listening to what I say? This may be difficult to hear, but it is important to understand. In the early years, your child is not learning from what you say, they are learning from who you are. From birth to around 7 years, childhood may appear simple on the surface, but in reality, it is one of the most formative phases of human development. Because in these years, children are not learning through explanation, they are learning through imitation. They are watching constantly, though not critically, but wholeheartedly. They absorb your tone before they understand your words, your gestures before they grasp your meaning, your emotional state before they process your instruction. As a young child is not asking whether is this right or wrong. They are asking a much deeper question. How is life lived? And then they begin to copy. This is how the will is formed. Not through rules, not through correction, but through lived experience. A child's capacity to act or to persist or even engage with the world, what we call the will of the child, grows when they are surrounded by purposeful movement, meaningful activity, and calm, intentional work. This is where many parents feel the pressure because it begins to sound like everything depends on them. But this is not about perfection, it is about being worthy. Children do not need flawless adults. They need adults who are present, engaged, and sincere in how they live. When a child watches you cook with care, they are not just seeing a task being completed, they are absorbing the attentiveness that you are showing. When they hear you speak kindly, even when you are tired at the end of the day, they are learning tone, not as a rule, but as a way of being. When they see you begin and complete something with intention, they are learning what it means to follow through. Your everyday life is their education, whether you intend it or not. This is also why, in these early years, too much explanation can actually be counterproductive. Long instructions and moral reasoning often do not land. What stays with the child is something far more subtle: the rhythm of the day, the quality of the movement, the emotional atmosphere of the home. And this is where awareness becomes important. Because children do not imitate only what we do, they imitate how we are while we are doing the task. Rushing teaches urgency, harshness teaches fear, gentleness teaches trust. The environment we create becomes the foundation on which their inner life is built. This is also why it is essential to protect early childhood from constant noise, excessive screen exposure, and the emotional weight of adult concerns. A young child's inner world is open and impressionable. Everything enters it unfiltered. What they need inside is rhythm, simplicity, and a sense of calm continuity. When children are invited into simple, meaningful activities like kneading the dough, watering the plants, tidying a space, they are not just being occupied, they are participating in life. They are developing competence, coordination, and a quiet sense of responsibility. And when they see adults engaged in real work with care and intention, they feel something deeply stabilizing, a sense of belonging. So, if you are parenting in these early years, it is important to reframe your role. You are not primarily shaping behavior, you are shaping who your child is becoming. your speech, your gestures, your daily rhythms. These are the true curriculum of every early childhood. This is not a call for pressure, it is a call for presence. Because small, consistent acts done with awareness have far greater impact than occasional, well intentioned efforts. So, the next time you wonder what your child needs most, pause before you explain and ask instead, what am I modeling for my child? Because in these early years, example is not a part of learning, it is the whole foundation. Thank you for being here and listening.